Hey guys, I'm MG, and today I'll be looking at Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, which is a 2024 action-adventure comedy film that is based on the video game with the same name, and is about Sonic and friends facing Shadow, who allies with Robotnik and his grandfather. It was also directed by returning director Jeff Fowler, and written by the same writers as the last film. However, why don't we stop making Pokemon references and start reviewing right now? This is honestly the best Sonic film by far, with it practically fixing every problem I had with the previous films. Yes, I do wish there were more flashbacks with Shadow and Maria, because they were great, and it would have been wholesome to get more of them. Director Rothwell is kind of a pathetic obstacle in the plot, and I think she could have been more of a threat to the main characters. And not every comedic bit works, like, I don't care about Little Tom, I'm sorry. But other than that, this was just a really exciting and emotional time the whole way through that perfectly balances its tone with words more serious, with the grief aspects given a large amount of focus, while also leaving plenty of room for the comedy. And the tone never felt unnatural. The script just handles it all really nicely, and I think that's neat. I also have to compliment the visual effects as well, for not having any weird shots unlike before. All the explosions, the new weapons, the lasers, and the way the characters are animated look really well done, and never once felt stilted at all. Plus, the new art style of the credits is the greatest, and honestly looks even more prettier and alive than the previous ones. The direction by Fowler has a lot of effort put through it, with it having a lot of cool edits and vivid cinematography that really stick out in the action scenes. And speaking of the action, it was absolutely outstanding. The opening escape was good, the first fight with Shadow was really fun, the abandoned facility sequence had solid tension, the invasion of the headquarters had an enjoyable gravity gimmick, and the whole climax was really well executed, from the tense Sonic and Shadow fight, to the part where everything is exploding around them, and is a major highlight in the movie. This film has really good themes about the importance of family, and it's presented in a really natural way, with the family dynamic of the main characters still being really delightful. The pacing is much better than the second one, with nothing feeling rushed or drawn out, and every scene goes off at perfect speed, with a more suitable runtime as well, so that's incredible. The music is still really energetic, and provides a lot of levity in the scenes it's playing in, but the characters are by far the best they have ever been written, and they're all given complex character traits, and a bunch of really nice moments. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were just as delightful of a team as ever, with a lot of funny bits and enjoyable bickering, and I like the conflict in their friendship, which made for a really interesting separation, with Ben Schwartz, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, and Idris Elba all very committed in their voice roles. Tom and Maddie are still very likable, and I love how both of them are given a lot more to do, which fulfills their purpose, with James Marsden and Tika Sumpter being just as compelling as ever. And the disguise sequence with them was really intriguing, and it was nice to see Rachel and Randall again as disguises. That was a very nice dynamic and concept. The Wade cameo was pretty epic, and it was nice to see the character again. The double Robotniks are an absolute comedic riot, with them having a lot of hilarious and genuine bonding moments between each other that makes me feel for their relationship. And it's impressive how Jim Carrey plays both of them, and makes each one distinct from each other, while also not losing the comedic energy which Carrey is known for having. Plus, Dr. Eggman has a really good character arc of turning good, with his death scene being very powerful, and his relationship with Stone was really sweet, due to that being more focused towards it, which I always admire. But my favorite character is Shadow. Keanu Reeves was excellent in his voice acting by providing that deep somberness underneath all of his anger, and his flashbacks with Maria were really heartwarming, and I was invested in his tragic backstory that makes me help connect with the character even more than I already did, while still being really threatening and a major worthwhile obstacle to the heroes who has some really cool moments. Also, the post-credit scene ruled. I found it a little weaker due to these characters not being my favorites, unlike Tails or Shadow, but it's still going to be great to see Amy and Metal Sonic in the next movie. So overall, I don't really know how this film can be topped. It was just amazing for the whole runtime, and it took some bold swings by talking about trauma and taking it in really realistic ways, while still being a humorous comedy, which makes the film stand out and my favorite of the trilogy, which I would highly recommend to everyone because it is worth your time. 9.2 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye!